What's your favorite Cat-Griz memory?
I don't know. I'd say probably 2018. It was obviously a crazy game and a big win. Wasn't able to play in 2019, which, I mean, another big win. It was fun to watch, but you'd obviously rather be playing. So.
How about your first ever memory of Cat-Griz and realizing how big of a deal it was when you were growing up in Dillon?
Yeah, I guess I watched the game. I'd been to a few of them growing up, and it was just, it was like pandemonium in the stadium, and I thought it was awesome as a kid. And then when I came in 2017, to be able to, even play, I was just like, I don't really remember much of that game. It was kind of a blur and still is, but it's a huge game, obviously, and then being from Montana adds a whole new aspect, and it's awesome.
If you're not playing the game, this will be, year 3, and how excited are you to play after not playing in it for 2 years?
I'm extremely excited. It'll be, you miss the practices and just the amped up intensity around everything this week, and I'm really excited.
What's something maybe you tell the freshmen who are not from Montana about what this game means?
I don't know. I guess you can explain it in as many ways as you can and try to explain it as best as you can, but until you've actually played in or coached in it, I don't think anybody really understands it. Fans don't really understand it. I don't know if you guys think you do, but it's like, until you're actually in the heat of the moment and playing in that game, you sort of understand it. So, luckily our players get to go, everybody gets to go and experience it. So it'll be a good day.
Did you know the week of that you wouldn't be playing in that 2019 game, or was that like a game time decision? Or
no, I wasn't. No.
Okay, and I guess when you found out, what was your immediate reaction when you realized that?
Yeah, I was devastated.
Yeah.
It's obviously the biggest game of the year, kind of the culmination of the end of the season, and jumping into the playoffs there in 2019. It was, it sucked standing there. Obviously it was a great outcome and it was fun to watch, but it was a little bittersweet not being able to play.
Chase on that 2018 play was pushed his guy back a bunch, and Callahan talked about how important that was to getting that fumble. Have you looked back at that play as well and noticed Chase kind of just manhandling his guy there?
Yeah, I look at every play and I watch Chase manhandle this guy. He's a freak, and he was a freak in 2018 and has still continued to be a dominant player in the Big Sky. I think he's the best interior. I think he's the best defensive lineman, maybe the best player in the Big Sky. I think Chase is just that dominant, and it proved it back then.
What is he like off the field?
Chase? He's like the most Chase is so quiet. He's just, kind of a gentle giant off the field. But he's just a great dude, great teammate to have around. You can ask Lewis more about him. They live together, so he can tell you some more details, I guess. But I love Chase. He's awesome.
What stands out to you about Montana's, just both sides of the ball? Any specific players?
For them?
Yes.
I don't know. They obviously have talent across the board. They're a highly ranked team, and you can't be ranked and you can't win games without good players. We'll game plan them as best we can and try to eliminate and kind of shut them down. But they'll make plays and they have good players too.
Is there an added energy when you step onto the field knowing that you're playing them in comparison to other games in the season, or does it feel?
Yeah, no, definitely. There's definitely a different energy level and kind of intensity and excitement around the game for sure.
How much do you think about your record against the Grizz in your career?
I don't know. We haven't lost yet, so I want to keep it that way for sure.
Is it any more significant you being a senior and it being your last one?
Yeah, I think obviously the implications this year are a little different. Being on the line for a conference championship, and then being your senior year, you want to go out with a win. To be able to say that you haven't lost to them is something that the last group of seniors was able to say, and I want to add my name to that list for sure.
Do you know any of those guys over there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is there any banter back and forth this week or anything like that?
No, you don't talk to them this week.
Coulter, you have anything?
Yeah, hey Troy, thanks for taking a minute. I want to ask you a little bit more about the 2018 game when you guys did get the stuff on the goal line. What was your perspective on that play? Because you were mostly playing offense at that point, right? So what did you see when it happened, and what was your reaction?
Oh man, I don't know. I think I was standing as far away as I could, and then they scored the first one, but we called a timeout, and I don't think I had watched the first one, so I was like, well, I guess I'll watch the second one. Watched the second one and saw the ball came out, and then it was just pandemonium. So, I mean, that's kind of what I saw and remember.
The fact that Montana State has won in Missoula 5 times in the last 20 years, I know that doesn't affect you guys that much because you're so young, but this group has won in Missoula before. Does that add confidence to the trip to Washington Grizz?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously a hostile environment and extremely loud. So just knowing how to navigate that and have a little bit of a feel for what you're going in there expecting, yeah, I think it helps a little bit for sure.
Yeah, the Grizz offense has played so many different players so far. I know you guys are probably just now starting on the film, but I mean, on one hand, they've been banged up. On the other hand, it seems like there's a lot of guys to prepare for. So how do you sort of go about getting ready for a lot of personnel this week?
Yeah, I mean, you dive into the film and try to pick up tendencies and kind of see who they like and what they like to do with them. But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of film study.
Any gauge on Montana's offensive line at this moment?
I don't know. Like you said, it's kind of just the beginning stages of our game plan, but I know they've had a little bit of a rotation, like with people coming in and out for sure. So I don't know. I mean, I think they're obviously putting up points and winning games, so I'm sure they're pretty good.
And how do you hope Coach Vegan is mentally preparing for this game, his first Cat-Griz?
I think he's doing good. Like, I mean, Tucker just said first thing you asked him when we were in that committee on the hiring was like, yeah, what are your views on rivalry games and how do you kind of step it up a notch that week? And he has some good answers. And yeah, I mean, it's the beginning of the week, but kind of started off right and get going. I think he'll be just fine. He's a great coach and has been in big games before. And yeah, this is another one.
And last thing for me, I know last week the senior day, but also you guys have intentions on being back on that field again. A lot of stuff out in front of you still. But this is sort of it when it comes to the Cat-Griz rivalry for your group. So have you thought about that? And I mean, it must be sort of strange. This is sort of the first final chapter that you're going to navigate here in your senior year.
Yeah. I mean, senior day was a little, weird being out there. And then now I think we'll be back there for sure. But yeah, I mean, Cat-Griz is obviously a huge game, and it's a reason why you, come to Montana or Montana State. And growing up for sure, and having to be the last one that I'll be able to play in it's kind of crazy to say, but I mean, I'm excited to play in it and have that opportunity and chance to make a play in that game. I mean, I think Cho used to say if you make a play in that game, it'll be remembered forever. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's all right. I'm excited for it.